Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel FCodes. Today we are going to solve the GFG problem of the day, which is largest number formed from an array. So it is the problem of 3rd March and we are going to solve this. So let's see what the problem is. So it is a medium level problem and the accuracy of the submission is 37%. So let's read the question. Given an array of strings ARR of length n representing non-negative integers, arrange them in a manner such that after concatenating them in order, it results in largest possible number. So we have been given an array of size n and it is an array of strings. So what we have to do is that we have to concatenate them in a manner that they will form the largest possible number. Okay. So let's understand this question. So the question is saying that we have an array 330. So this is the array given and we have to arrange them in such an order that after concatenating them we form a largest number. So for this array the largest number would be 9 5 3 4 3 3 0. Okay, this would be the answer. So let's understand it by breaking them into a smallest subproblem. So let's say that we have been given an array of size 2, okay, with the element 3 and 30 in it. Now we have to sort, we have to actually form a highest number possible from this array. So what would be the biggest element formed from this array? It would be 330. The other one which could be formed from this is 303. But among these, this is the greatest possible number. At first instance, you would think that sorting them in ascending or descending or in any order can solve the problem. Like in this scenario, you can sort this in ascending order 3 and 30 and this would solve the problem, but that's not the case always. So if we have the array like 3 and 38, so what would be the possible scenarios in this? The one number which could be formed is 338 and the other one would be 383. The greatest one among these is this 383. But if you sort this in ascending order, the sorting would be 3 and 38, which is not a correct answer. So the sorting is out of scope actually. We will basically use a sorting algorithm but with additional functionality. So I'm going to explain that how will we proceed further with the solution. So again consider the same array 3 and 30. Now what we can do is that there are two possible scenarios. First one is 330 and the second one is 303, and between them the 330 is the greater one. So let's say that we have assigned this first element as x and second one is y. So this is the concatenation of x, y, and this is the concatenation of yx. Okay, so from this we can have two things. The one string could be xy and the other one be yx, and between this we would compare whichever the highest. Like in this scenario xy is the highest, okay, and the original position is also xy, so we will leave as it is. But let's assume that this is the question which you have been given, okay, and this is x and this is y. Now we are breaking it into two components, 338 which is xy and 383 which is yx. Okay, between these which is one is the greater number, so 383 is the greatest. So what we will do is that we will swap these values, because in the original array this is xy, but if we are comparing the values, so yx is greater. So what we would do is that we would swap, and this would be, so after swapping this would be our answer. So that's the case for the array with the two elements. Now let's expand our problem and consider the array with n is equal to 3 size. Let's say this 3, 30 and 34. So what would be the answer if we are considering this array? What would be the answer? So the answer would be 3 4 3 3 0. This would be the answer. So the final array, to find this answer, the final array would look like 3 4 3 and 30. This would be our final array. So how can we achieve this? Now we will do the same thing. Okay, this was the array given 3, 30 and 34. Now we will put a ith pointer here and jth pointer here, and we will use the sorting technique along with the comparison. So what we will do is that we will compare. After the concatenation we will compare. So at ith and jth position there could be two number form. First one is 330 and the second one is 303. Which one is greater? So this one is 330 is greater, and in the original array the position is correct because this is 3 and 30. So we will increment this jth pointer. Now the jth pointer is incremented. Now we will again see that on the ith position and jth position we will concatenate this and we will form a number. So first one is 334, and if we are doing the opposite way it is 343. So which one is greater? 343. So to form the 343, this 34 need to be at ith position. So we will swap the values. Okay, so we will swap the values. So after swapping, the array would look like 3, 30, 34, 3 and the pointers are at the same position, and here the jth would be incremented and go out of bound. Now again, when the jth pointer goes out of bound, now what we can do is that we will increment this ith pointer to the next location. So now again the jth pointer would be initialized by I plus 1. This is the second pass actually. Okay, this is the second pass. In the second pass, now we will again compare 30 and 3. So we can form 303 and 330. Which one is greater? 330. So we will swap the values. After swapping, the array would look like. Okay, fine. Now j pointer will go out of bound and the ith pointer will be incremented to this position. And this is the third pass. This would be our last pass because the jth pointer would be out of bound, so this pass would not be performed, and this is our final array. So if we concatenate this, what we will get as an answer? So the answer would be 34330. So this is the correct answer. So what we have learned, that we have to use the sorting algorithm along with the comparison. So the question is very simple now. We will do the sorting along with the comparison, and if the order is correct while performing the sorting, we will leave as it is, and if the order is not correct, like if in the comparison if the order is not correct, we will swap the values. So now let's move and code the solution. So here we are in the GFG and we are going to code this. So we have to return a string. So first I am going to create a string of answer. Now I am going to sort this vector array. So for this sorting, I am going to use a comparator, custom comparator. So this custom comparator, I am going to build this and use the same logic as I have explained in the notebook. The parameter would be string A and string B. Now in this function we will create two temporary string and we will compare. Whichever is the greatest number, we will return it. After this, the sorting is done in a proper manner. So what we have to do is that we just have to find the answer now. So for finding the answer, I am going to iterate over array and append my answer. Now I am going to return the answer. Let's see if the code is correct or not. So the compilation has been successfully done, and let's see after the submission. Okay, so all the test cases have been passed and we got our score. So the code is working perfectly fine. Hope you have found this useful, and if you have found this useful, please like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for more problem of the day videos. Thank you very much.